see you. How you doing today? Glad to have you all. Welcome to Daily Balance. Today we're talking about eating on a budget. Now I want to ask you a personal question. How much money do you spend every week at the grocery store? Well, whether you're feeding just yourself, your spouse, or even a family of 10, you could be cutting 50% off of your grocery store bill every single week. If you don't believe me, it's true. Our first guest is the author of the Smart Spending Guide and the owner of Smart Spending Resources. She has taught thousands of people how to budget, reduce debt, and save money on everyday purchases. Here to share some tips on eating healthy on a budget is Faye. Hey, Faye. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Very, very glad to have you today. How are you today?
Wonderful. So glad to be here.
So are you going to whip us in shape today?
Well, I hope so. I hear you're not much of a coupon user, young lady.
Now who on the crew told her that? Or did one of you audience members tell her that? Oh, yes, you have to definitely convert me.
All right,
Faye.
I'm willing.
I know.
I'm willing.
Okay, I believe it. How do you define totally what you do?
Well, as an author and consumer advocate, it's my goal, my mission, to help others stay within their budgets and take control of their finances, live within their means, cut their grocery bills in half, and then finally reach that goal of becoming debt-free.
Oh, wow. And how did you actually get started with this? How did you get into smart spending?
Good question. You know, 10 years ago, when my husband and I were talking about starting a family, I was never a coupon user. I never used them. I had no idea what the power of the coupon. And I had a child. And we decided that I'd stay home with her and realized pretty quickly those little 8-pound babies, they're not free. It's amazing how much those little people cost. And so we figured out pretty quickly we had to make some pretty drastic changes to our budget. I looked at our line item budget and saw that grocery expenses were way out of whack. They were, you know, that's such a huge part of most families' budgets. And we realized pretty quickly we had to make some changes. And so I started reading everything I could. I spoke to everyone I knew that was frugal. I started trying some techniques. And amazingly, within about 3 months, I'd cut my grocery bill in half. People started asking me how I did it. I started teaching the workshops, and then I finally wrote the book.
Oh, speaking of the book, let's talk about it for a second. Faye Prosser is the author of the Smart Spending Guide. Again, Faye Prosser is the author of the Smart Spending Guide, how to cut your grocery bills in half, save on your everyday expenses, and live within your means. And I know I'm a mother of 5 children. So I definitely need to be converted to coupon shopping. And I have a friend that lives by your system. She loves it to death. So I know that it works. And does it matter where you actually shop? Because do you have to shop at a specific grocery store?
Great question. And actually, one of the key tenets of this system is your willingness to shop at different stores. If you only shop at the same store every single week, then you're only going to get the deals that are offered at that store for that week. But even if you're willing to just consider one more store each week, let's say you go to your main grocery store each week and then you consider shopping at one more store during that same week to catch their loss leaders, then you're going to save tons of money. Do you know what a loss leader is?
Don't put me on the spot on this show. I don't have a clue what a loss leader is. I need help. Come on, tell me.
You need to know. You need to know. Loss leader is essentially those items that the stores mark down at a serious discount. Sometimes they're actually losing money to lead you into the store, to get you to come shopping. So you may go in to buy those 25-cent cans of Green Giant veggies, but in all likelihood, you, like most other consumers, will walk out paying $50 or $60 because you get in there. You've had a long day, and you think, oh, what am I going to have for dinner? And all of a sudden, you're grabbing the $8 rotisserie chicken and the $6.99 per pound deli salads.
Are you in my house?
Well,
okay,
go ahead. I've just heard it, and I lived it. 10 years ago, that was me. And I realized that just by using these techniques, some of which I developed, some of which folks for decades have been using, it's so easy to cut that grocery bill literally in half.
So there are like different aspects to it. I've heard you say there are like 4 different aspects specifically. What are the 4 different aspects?
Well, it's important to understand that you need to be able to know which grocery stores to shop at.
Okay.
You need to be able to understand how the stores accept coupons and what their store policies are.
Okay.
And you need to understand the different store policies. There are a lot of store-specific promotions that stores offer every day of the week. But if you don't understand how they work, you can't take advantage of them. And then finally, you need to know how to meal plan.
Okay, so you literally train people how to do this step by step?
I do.
Where do people go to get information?
Well, they can go to my website, which is smartspendingresources.com.
Let's say that again. It's www.smartspendingresources.com. www.smartspendingresources.com. And Faye Prosser will teach you how to save money, 50% off of your grocery store bill. And what else do you talk about when you get people in your training? I consider it like a boot camp almost.
Well, it is. It really is.
Okay.
You know, folks leave the workshops with all the tools they need in order to go to the grocery store armed and dangerous and really make a dent in their grocery budgets. I usually tell folks to use the system for about 8 to 12 weeks before they get to that 50% off. But you know, some folks leave the workshop and 2 weeks later they're hitting those 50% off, which is pretty amazing.
I have like, I'm thinking like those frequent shopper programs. What is that about?
Absolutely. You know, those are part of the store promotions.
Okay.
And store promotions are one of those things that a lot of different stores offer, but people really don't realize that they're out there. And one of the benefits of store promotions, for instance, some stores have what's called a price scan guarantee. Are you familiar with that term?
I'm not familiar with any coupon savings.
All right.
I need to read the book, Smart Spending Guide by Faye Prosser. And once I read it, I'll be converted, I'm sure, in detail.
Well,
so
a price scan guarantee is essentially a scan right guarantee where if your item rings up incorrectly and you pay the incorrect price, then the company, the retailer, will actually refund you the amount that you paid and you get to keep the item. So you get the item free. So what happens is sometimes you're in the grocery store and you get to the checkout line and you pay your money and you realize, wait a minute, that didn't ring up correctly. You just tootle on over to customer service, let them know that the item rang up too high a price, and they'll actually give you the full amount you paid, and you get to keep the item.
Do you know how many
lots
times
of stores
people
do that.
make mistakes? I mean, literally, I'm always correcting people, but nobody ever sends me to customer service.
Well,
so how do you actually say, what about what is it called?
It's called the price scan guarantee.
So is that offered at every store, or do I have to say, hey, what about your price scan guarantee?
Yeah, you need to ask. You need to ask.
I do need to ask?
Yeah, you do need to ask.
Y'all hear that, right? You need to make sure
That's
you
right.
ask about the price scanner guarantee.
That's right.
Have you asked about that before? I've never, ever asked about it, but I will from this day forward.
Well,
Grocery stores, beware. I'm going to be watching for my price scanner guarantee.
That's right. And here in Charlotte, in the Raleigh area, all of the major grocery stores do offer a price scan guarantee. And all across the country, there are grocery stores that offer that guarantee. And then there are some other store promotions that you really need to know about. For instance, store reward cards. Do you have those little grocery store reward cards that you scan? Okay, there you go.
Yes, finally I have an answer.
Go.
I have a real answer that I can say yes to. Give me a hand.
There you go.
I have the spice, the actual thing that I can save money. But
That's right. And what happens if you don't scan it?
Then I don't get my points.
And you don't get the sale price. That's
I don't get that piece of luggage at some of the stores that you can have a certain amount of weeks.
That's true. But with this system, you probably wouldn't spend enough to earn the luggage, I'm sorry to say. But the good news is you'd save so much more money that you could go out and buy your luggage, whatever kind you wanted.
That's what I want.
That's right.
I
so
want that.
You really want to get those reward programs. And lots of grocery stores actually have online reward programs that give you even more added benefit. For instance, some grocery stores will email coupons to you. And some grocery stores have cyber coupons like Kroger and a number of other different grocery stores.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So I recommend for you and all of the audience that you all go online and type in the grocery store name and take a look at what kind of online programs they have for registering with their reward cards.
Wow. Well, I know I have a homework assignment, so I will be definitely doing some homework on coupon shopping.
Sure.
The Smart Spending Guide by Faye Prosser. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more on Daily Balance. Thank you, Faye. Awesome.
Do you want to cut your grocery bills in half and reduce everyday expenses? Start today by ordering your copy of Faye Prosser's Smart Spending Guide for only $12.95. Also included is information on frugal living, budgeting, debt reduction, and much, much more. You'll be amazed at how quickly this system can save your family more money than you ever imagined. So don't wait. Order the Smart Spending Guide and start saving. Call 1-800-575-4021 or visit dailybalancewithkim.tv. Call now to receive your DVD copy of Kim Jacobs' seminar on Bridging the Great Divide, a woman's guide to balancing personal, family, and work life. Order your copy today for only $29.95. Call 1-800-575-4021. To order online, visit dailybalancewithkim.tv.
Welcome back to Daily Balance. In our first segment, we were given some tips on where to shop and great information on how to get the most out of couponing. Now we continue our conversation with Faye Prosser. Now, Faye, right before break, we were talking about some different tips that you shared, but I really want us to delve right into couponing. Tell us about that and how we can get the most out of it.
Absolutely. Let's start with taking a look at a recent receipt from a grocery store here in our area. And this is a good example of how you can really make coupons work for you.
Okay.
And that's a big part of this system. So you can see that the subtotal before sales and coupons was $78.39. And I actually paid, what does that total say right there, Kim?
That says 74 cents?
It does. It says 74 cents. That's right. My total that I paid for $77 was 74 cents.
Wow.
Which is pretty incredible. And that included all the types of foods and
That's
bath
amazing.
and beauty products. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And then here's another example. I know. It's crazy.
I'm wasting a lot of money, man.
And it's completely legal. Isn't that exciting? And then here's another example.
Oh my God.
From another grocery store, and this was actually just last month, and my subtotal was $59.60, and I paid $10.59, which is an 83% savings. And that's a normal grocery shop.
And these are like regular, well, I mean, I won't say the names, but these are regular grocery stores that I could go to the same grocery store.
That's exactly right.
And pay $100. Every time I walk in the grocery store, I spend $100.
That's
Every
exactly
single time
right.
I walk in the door.
So let's talk about how we do it.
How do I?
There are 4 parts of couponing, and the first one is knowing how the stores take your coupons.
Okay.
And you have to know whether a store, I tell you.
This is my show, and I don't
Well, yeah, you've got the book. You just need to read the book.
Whew, thank God for the book.
There you go.
Okay.
The first thing you need to know is how your local stores are going to accept coupons. Some stores will take coupons at face value. So if you have a 50-cent coupon, they'll take 50 cents off your bill. Some stores double coupons, and here in this area, actually, there are a number of stores that will double the face value of your coupon. So that 50-cent coupon would actually be worth $1. And then every once in a while, there are some stores that will actually have triple coupon promotions where they will triple the value. So a 75-cent coupon is actually worth $2.25 at the store, which is how you get 75-cent receipts for $77 worth of groceries. Isn't that exciting?
That's extremely exciting.
It is. And then the second thing you need to know, after how do the stores actually take your coupons, you need to know how to find coupons for the products that you use. One of the misconceptions about couponing that you all probably have come across is that a lot of the coupons are for things you don't use.
Every time I go to the grocery store, they print these coupons out, and I'm like, that's not what I just purchased, so why are you printing out?
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons so many folks don't even look at couponing, because most of us probably only would use about 5 to 10% of the coupons in the Sunday paper. So your goal is to find coupons for the products that you use. And how do you do that? There are lots of different resources. First, try to find multiple copies of the Sunday paper, not by buying them, because you don't want a whole bunch of coupons you're not going to use, but trade coupons with your other moms groups and other business groups. I know lots of folks that have coupon trading baskets at their religious organizations.
Oh wow!
Trade with your family, your friends, your neighbors. All these folks out here in the studio audience that know each other, they could be trading together as well. So
I have my coupon. You can have. Let's swap. Let's swap.
That's right, and that's
awesome.
a free resource. And then there are other free resources like printable sites like coupons.com, smartsource.com, bettycrocker.com, pillsbury.com, all free. Let's say you've got an allergy and you've got some hard to find products that you really want to get coupons for. Call the manufacturer. You'd be amazed at how many manufacturers are more than happy to send you a coupon just for asking, and then your mailbox will fill up with all these great savings.
Wow.
All free. And then finally, you really want to take advantage of rain checks.
Okay.
Rain checks are really one of the couponer's best friends. When a store is out of a product, make sure you go up to the customer service desk and ask for a rain check. And then next week, when the product's back in stock, you get that sale price. And if you're lucky, there'll be a coupon to match that sale price.
Oh my God, I don't know whether to be happy or angry. I'm like, I'm going to the grocery store right after the show.
That's right.
Awesome.
But now you have all these great coupons. You need to know. She's ready to go. I'm a little worried. We can go shopping after the segment.
Okay.
Excellent.
Please.
Now you've got all these great coupons for products that you use. You need to know where to put them.
Okay.
And coupon organization is probably one of those things that keeps couponers from continuing to coupon once they get all revved up. I don't know how many times I've seen folks in the grocery stores with those accordion files. How many of you all have seen those accordion? And they're stuffed full and they can't find anything and they're frustrated and the kids are whining and they finally just give up and buy the item at full price. Happens all the time. But if you're organized, you can find the coupon when you want it, then you're more likely to continue doing it and continue saving money. So let me show you my organizer. Now don't be afraid.
I'm like, you have a lot of stuff here. Let's bring it on. Bring it on.
This is my baby. This is my coupon organizer, and this is the binder method. And before I open it up, I'll tell you, lots of people do this, so I'm not as crazy as you might think I am right now. Well, close, but not quite. So this is the binder method, and it's just a 3-ring binder, and I have my coupons organized by product type, and then I have them all filed in these great little baseball card holders.
Yeah, let's hold this up. Look at this.
There you go. Can you lift it there?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, this is amazing. Look at that.
But you know, it's amazing how much you can save at the grocery store.
And you have
when
this
you're
throughout
organized.
this entire binder?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, all
Tell
the
us
pages
more.
are full. And this just sits right there at the grocery cart, you know, where the babies used to sit. Mine are 7 and 9 now, so that's not an issue. And as I go through the store, I have my grocery list. When I put an item into my cart, I check it off the list. I put my coupon right over here. By the time I get to the register, all the coupons are right here. There's no stress. Because the key is you don't want stress. When you get to the grocery store, you don't want to have to be hassling, where's my coupon?
Oh, you have it labeled.
I
my
do.
God. She has beverage, bread, and canned.
They
and
are.
Oh my goodness.
They
Okay.
are. They're actually labeled by product type, and these are the labels. I actually sell these on my website. They're printed actually here in North Carolina, here in Charlotte.
What's your website?
Yeah,
one more
it's
time?
smartspendingresources.com.
Smartspendingresources.com. I'll definitely be buying one myself.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's great. And so now that you've got your coupons and you know where to put them,
This is gonna be my copy.
yeah, that's yours now. Obviously, that's now Kim's. Then you also need to know whether or not your stores double or triple coupons and how they do that. So all you need to do, I recommend that you go to a website called hotcouponworld.com.
Hotcouponworld.com.
That's right, and click on grocery stores, and then grocery stores for, gosh, just about every town across the country are listed there. And these folks who donate their time have produced this website at no charge. It's free. You don't even have to register to see the information. And they'll tell you what all the coupon policies are for these different stores. They also list what the ads are and match up the coupons to the ads. And it's all free.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't
if
that
I'm almost
fabulous?
sitting in your chair with you, it's because I'm so excited. So I know I'm this close to you, but I'm like, God, help. Okay,
It's
this is awesome.
amazing. It is amazing. So that is the art of getting your coupons organized and knowing how they work at the stores. And really, if you know how to find the coupons for the products that you use, you know how to organize them, that's half the battle right there. You just have to match up your coupons with your sale prices. Now the key is, of course, once you've got your coupons in order, you need to translate that into meal planning. And that's really the next big part of this system.
And what we're going to do is as soon as we come back from this break, we're going to learn more about meal planning. As well, we're going to have Shawn Hall join us to share how she's been following strategies from Faye's system, made a huge difference in her family's approach to grocery shopping. We'll be back right back on Daily Balance. Wow. That's awesome.
Do you want to cut your grocery bills in half and reduce everyday expenses? Start today by ordering your copy of Faye Prosser's Smart Spending Guide for only $12.95. Also included is information on frugal living, budgeting, debt reduction, and much, much more. You'll be amazed at how quickly this system can save your family more money than you ever imagined. So don't wait. Order the Smart Spending Guide and start saving. Call 1-800-575-4021 or visit dailybalancewithkim.tv. Order your copy of How to Start and Succeed in the Seminar Business, presented by Les Brown and Kim Jacobs, for only $29.99. This intensive, information-packed 2-CD set and workbook will provide the step-by-step processes to start your seminar business and start making money now. Normally $59.99, but today only $29.99. So don't wait. Call 1-800-575-4021 or visit dailybalancewithkim.tv.
Welcome back to Daily Balance. Savings expert Faye Prosser and real-life consumer Shawn Hall are joining us today as we discuss healthy eating on a budget. Welcome once again, Faye, and welcome, Shawn. It's a great pleasure to have you.
Great pleasure to meet you.
And I know you personally, I've become very familiar with you as a person, and I know what you do on a personal basis. You officially live by Faye Prosser's system. So how do you go about using her system?
Well, when I first got started, I went on to Google. I Google everything.
Okay.
And I typed in Coupon Guru, and Faye's name came up. So I went on her website, and she had all of these wonderfully free tips. And so reading through her method, I decided if she could do it, I could do it too. And so that's how I got started. And we've been saving hundreds of dollars every month since then. Wow.
And you just strictly follow her system?
Well, I have to be honest. Faye has a very specific method, and I'm not that organized. I want to be. So when I grow up, I want to be just like her. But I've got my own little method. I've got my own little method of things that I do, but I do most of the 4 things that she talked about. I shop at different stores, and where I live, there are about 5 different grocery stores on that strip, so I can shop at a number of places. I always use rain checks. I don't buy anything that's not on sale, and I always use my reward card.
Awesome. So she's doing it right?
She's doing it right.
Okay.
Unlike me, huh?
Well,
Who's not
we'll
doing
get
it
you
at
there.
all.
The two of us, we will get
We'll
you
get
there.
her there together.
Okay,
Yes.
so what did you bring with you, and what do you want to tell us about
I brought
it?
my baby book, and so what I wanted to share is that you don't have to have a large manual. It may be a little intimidating. I used to do the accordion style until it dropped on the floor one day, and all of my coupons were on the floor. It was terrible. So I had to go to this, which is a photo album. It's a mini photo album, and inside of it, I do pretty much the same thing that Faye does. I have it organized by drinks, beverages, my rain checks, all kinds of things here in this book. So when I'm able to go to the grocery store and when I check out, I have all of my coupons in place, all of my rain checks, and I think I paid as little as 8 cents for groceries before.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. And so do you also follow the process about the meal? You were talking earlier about the possibility of incorporating meal planning into the process. What is that? How would that work?
Sure, meal planning is really another important part of this system because meal planning allows you to plan your meals ahead of time so there's not that crazy stress associated with dinner time. How many times, you've got 5 kids, how many times you get home at the end of the day and think, what in the world are we going to have for dinner? With meal planning, you take that stress out of it, and because you're planning your meals ahead of time, you're able to cut your actual meal costs significantly. How much does it cost for you to go out to the grocery or out to the restaurant to eat a meal out?
For a family of, it's 5 plus me and my husband, it's literally about $50, $75, depending upon,
That's right.
sometimes even higher. Sometimes it's as high as $100.
That's right. My grocery budget for the week is $60, and we feed our family of 4 for $60. And each of our dinners is $5 or less, not $5 per person.
But what are you
$5.
eating?
We eat all the same things that you eat. And here's an example. This is my weekly menu planner, and I highly recommend you start working on a meal plan because, number one, it will take the stress away.